Hello, welcome to our copyright series. I am Davis Timwesije, your intellectual property expert. In this episode, let's talk about management of rights. Rights can be managed in different ways. You can manage them as an individual. You have your rights. You see how you monitor them, how they are doing in the markets. Try to do the different commercialization aspects by yourself, which in turn, of course, is a little bit tiring. But we can also have what they call collective management of rights, and this will be our focus in this discussion. And we shall talk about what we call collective management organizations or collective management societies, or what we shall simply refer to as CMOs. So what is a CMO? A CMO is basically an organization of right holders. These members come together to manage their rights. It should be noted that for every category of creators, there is only one CMO. There can only be one organization, for example, that deals with, for example, literary works. There can be only one organization that deals with musical works. That is very, very important to note. Apparently here in Uganda, we have so far 3 registered CMOs. One is the Uganda Reproductive Rights Organization. That one deals with literary works, people who write books, novels, and the likes. We also have the Uganda Federation of Movie Industry. That one deals with films, film production. And then lastly, we have Uganda Performing Rights Society, or what we call UPRS, and I think this is the most common, and this one is for musical works. So what is the importance of a CMO, and why should every person who deals in musical works join UPRS, for example? So instead of managing these rights as an individual, UPRS is going to manage these rights on your behalf, and that is very important. Number one, of course, you have to be a member of this CMO. The CMO, of course, also has to be registered, of course, with the Uganda Registration Services Bureau in this case, which is the agency that is responsible to supervise and regulate these CMOs. So CMO can only be registered when it has a minimum number of 30 members, and of course, they must have incorporated under, of course, the Companies Act, and must have incorporated, of course, as a company that is non-for-profit. It is mainly aimed at serving the interests of the members who are the right holders. So some of the reasons why I advocate for members, artists to join, for example, UPRS, or to join their respective organizations is, number one, the CMO helps you when it comes to licensing of your work. There is a lot of technicalities as far as this is concerned. You will be relieved of the burden, for example, of drafting, licensing agreements to the standard that is expected. And of course, negotiating, fair dues for your work. So CMOs provide that administrative support to the members, and they license these works, of course, to the end users, the TV stations, the digital platforms that make this work available to the public. So it becomes very easy for your work, of course, to be licensed, and of course at fair dues, which you would struggle to negotiate yourself as an individual. Secondly, you need to join the CMO because the CMO, when these works are out there, the CMO has to monitor how these works are being utilized. Okay, in a situation where you have infringement, where people are making use of your work without your permission, the CMO has to come in and even take legal action on behalf of you as a person. It becomes really hard for you to monitor these works yourself, and the CMO provides, of course, that. The CMO also, of course, provides guidance and promotes copyright-related aspects on your behalf. It educates the public on the use of copyright. It educates the public on how the rights that you have, which in turn helps the consumers to know how best to consume your works. And another important thing is that the CMOs they are going to collect, royalties on your behalf. When these people consume music, okay, they have to pay some money, okay? So the CMO will be responsible to make collections from the people that are consuming your work and even distribute fairly, because they have, collection and distribution policies, that favor almost every member. And therefore, they will be doing that on your behalf. And another thing why you should join a CMO, of course, is that rights have to be internationally managed. Okay, if you're doing music, for example, you don't expect your music to just be played here in Uganda. Your music can be played in foreign markets. So the CMO is very critical in that aspect, because for it has the capacity to engage in reciprocal agreements with foreign CMOs where your music is being played. So they also license your works to those foreign CMOs, and those foreign CMOs can now monitor their work in that market. So you are not only getting money from here, but you are getting money from across the world, because for them they have some sort of partnership with other CMOs across the world. So for those key reasons, I encourage each of you guys to make sure you are part of any CMO for you to be able to benefit fully from your works. Thank you very much. I'll see you in our next episode.